Hi, Jurgen. Good to see you well.
Thank you.
First of all, can I start with Mo, please? And what are your thoughts on the latest interview that he's given, where he's reiterated that he wants to stay, but says it's not in my hands, it's in their hands. They know what I want. I'm not asking for crazy stuff. The thing is, when you ask for something and they show you they can give you something, they should, because they appreciate what you did for the club. And just following on from that as well, why is it come to the situation where the club has not been able to come up with a package that is acceptable to Mo just yet?
The first one, I really, nowadays especially, I think it's really dangerous with these interviews, things when you didn't speak to the player himself, so there's nothing in what would be unexpected. So it will be no. I know that Mo wants to stay. We want Mo to stay. That's the point where we are. So, and that these things take time. I cannot change. Sorry, but it's. I think it's all in a good place. Nothing else to say.
But is there anything more you can say, just to allay the fears of fans who might be feeling at the moment that this deal could possibly not get done?
I'm very positive about it, but I don't think it makes sense that you speak on behalf of the fans, because I'm pretty sure fans are not as nervous as you are. They know the club pretty long and know the people dealing here with the different things pretty long. So I think enough reason for being positive. But as long as it's not done, nothing is. We can't say anything about it. But good conversations. That's what I can say.
So let's talk about football then. Obviously, a big game, a semi-final. And how are you looking squad-wise as well? I'm thinking Alisson, Thiago, Trent, Origi. How far away are they just at the moment? When are we likely to see them back?
Trent and Ali trained yesterday. Div and Thiago not. So that's it pretty much. So all players who, like always in these times, all players apart from the injured ones who test negative are available. Injured or in Africa, playing Africa Cup of Nations. All the others should be available. Harvey Elliott looks really promising out on the pitch. Didn't train with the team yet, but I don't think we are too far away from team training. What he's doing in the moment looks really good. So Robbo got a little knock in the Shrewsbury game, but it's fine. I'm not sure I forgot anybody. Maybe you might help me, but the rest is available.
Okay, we'll go to Juliet next for the BBC.
I forgot to unmute. It's been a while. Jurgen, on Mo Salah, you've been saying the same thing for a couple of months now. Mo Salah's been saying the same things for a couple of months now. So surely, both parties, I would think, are heading in the same direction to try and get this sorted.
Yeah. Right.
but why does it seem to take so long if both parties want the same thing? I'm not experienced in transfers, so I don't understand it that much.
Yeah, good. That's true, but it's that's right, because things take time. It's a contract. There's so many things what you have to do in these negotiations, and there's, by the way, a third party. The agent is there as well. So, but nothing really. There's nothing to worry about. It's a normal process. It's just because if you wouldn't ask, well, there's a contract here this season and the next season, and just because we make up stories here, that's why we always can't talk about it. But there's nothing to say about it, and nobody have to worry. It's just the situation. Yeah, it's really all fine. It's not done. That's why that's why I didn't get these news. But we're in talks. He's a world-class player, unbelievable player, great boy. Did a lot of great stuff for Liverpool, and of course we want to keep him. And now let's see how it will work out. That's all.
We'll go to Carl Markham, PA next, please.
Hi, Jurgen.
Hi, Carl.
Hi. We spoke about Kaide Gordon's impact on Sunday. I'm just wondering where that puts him in terms of a short-term option for you for the next sort of 3 or 4 weeks while Mo and Sadio are away.
Kaide is always in our mind because he's just an exceptional talent, played an exceptional preseason, but then had a little drop in form, which is completely normal in this age. Played than with the U23s mostly. Had good games there, lesser good games, all these kind of things. But he's an outstanding talent. So he's here as long as he's fit. He's always in my mind, and then we will see where that exactly leads to. But the game obviously helped him a lot because he felt proper adult football. He's capable of dealing with that, and that's a really important thing to all getting these kind of experiences. So we'll see.
Okay, and we'll go to Carl at the BBC next, please.
Hi, Jurgen.
Hi, Carl.
How important is it for the younger players to play against Premier League sides in this competition? Is it good preparation for them when they are needed to play in the league, especially when they're so competitive too?
So in this game, obviously, in a specific game against Shrewsbury, we had no other options really. So because Bobby was not able to start, Taki was not able to start. I think Costas was the only senior player on the bench, maybe, and our senior player. And so that was the team we had to line up, and that's all fine. And that's why we have the boys, and that's why we train them. That's why we try to educate them. That's why we try to get them all the informations we have about football. Not too much now, but step by step. And that's how football education works. And then you need, of course, from time to time, you need these proper tests that you really see, okay, I'm a step closer to where I want to be in the future and all these things. So it was really, really good. We won the Shrewsbury game, I think, with 5, like Curtis involved, like 5 academy graduates, which is it's a really big one for us as well. So I plus Queef in the goal, 6. So which is really nice, really nice. I felt really, really good after the game because there's so many nice individual little stories where they're out on the pitch, and was good for the boys, was very important for us.
And the way a lot of teams set up nowadays in an attacking way, does it matter much whether you're playing home or away first leg? Do you still prefer to be at home second, or does it matter?
Yeah, of course, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. Okay, if you win both games, it makes no difference, obviously. But especially with the power Anfield can produce, yes, it's a difference. But we cannot change that. We couldn't play last Thursday. That's how it is, and that's why we have to take it like it is. No problem with that. But yes, it's a difference.
Okay, we'll go to James at TalkSport next, please.
Jurgen, Mo Salah turns 30 later this year. Do you think he can do what the likes of Messi and Ronaldo have done and maintain and perhaps even better their standards as he enters his mid-30s and late 30s?
Yeah. Yes, I think so.
Why is that? Is it something about the way he trains, or why do you think he can have that longevity?
His character, is his determination. It's the way he trains, his attitude, work rate, work attitude is incredible. So first in, last out, doing the right stuff. You can do a lot of not so good things as well when you're a lot long on a training ground, like in the gym and stuff like this. But he knows his body. He knows what to do. He's listening to the experts here and tries to improve all the time. He worked so hard for the situation he's in now. He will not waste it by doing less or whatever. So I'm as convinced as you can be.
Okay, we'll take the last 2 questions from this section. We'll go to Sam Williams first.
Hi, Jurgen. It's just a question on Arsenal, really. You obviously played them not so long ago at Anfield. How does that game inform not your selection, but your plan and stuff for this game? Does it at all? Or
Yeah, it's influential. I mean, we use these pictures, we use other pictures for preparing for the Arsenal game. Obviously, since then, Arsenal wasn't a good moment then, but is now in a maybe even better moment. Resalvas play really exciting football. Mikel is doing an exceptional job there, having a lot of young boys in this front. Yeah, 3 plus Lacazette, I think, which they usually play. Is really exciting to watch. Good setup, clear idea, and so I think they improved a lot between then and now. Even when they were already good then, we just played a really good game against them, and that's the team we will face. So that's a tricky draw.
Okay, and the final question for the Open, we'll take Simon Hughes, please.
Hi, Jurgen.
Hi.
Just on something you said following the press conference the other day. Sorry, I wasn't there to ask a question in relation to it. What did you mean about false positives when you spoke about that? And how do you think that situation came about?
What would you think what I mean when I talk about false positive?
What do I think?
Yeah.
It doesn't, my opinion matters.
That's not an opinion, that's facts.
Oh,
A false positive is a positive case, is a positive test. You get a test result back because you get a positive test back. And when you are able to do a retest, then a day, 1.5 days later, you get a result which makes him looks like it's a false positive because this test was negative. You need to prove that. Doesn't change anything for your quarantine or whatever, but to prove that wrong or right, that you want to know and you need to know, you have to do a third test. So, and the third test shows now up, and between the first and the second and third test, you cannot use the players. So that's how the rules are, or how in general the rules are for all of us. So I get a third test, and this was negative as well, and that's it. But it was now 4 days later, so we couldn't do anything different. In the first moment when we got the positive test, we had to consider that is the right result. How you can imagine. It was PCR tests, by the way.
Okay, that's it for the Open, guys. We're going to do the next section as an embargo for 10:30 p.m. tonight.